So we're down here at the Lely stand with Brian O'Riordan. He is the sales manager for Lely for Ireland and the UK. Brian, we see a machine here working behind us. It's the Lely Juno. Can you tell us a little bit about it and when it was first brought out to market?
Yeah, it's our Lely Juno feed pusher. So it was first brought to market in 2008. And we started off with a Juno 150 was a model name at the time. So it was much bigger than what you see here behind us. It's still in production up to July this year. And then to get into smaller sheds and tighter spaces, we came up with a Juno 100, which is smaller and more manoeuvrable. And this Juno now is replacing both those models, so it has the same diameter as the 100, but the bigger pushing capacity, so more of a pushing capacity than even the 150. So it's our single model feed pusher now.
Right, and can you tell us some of the benefits here? Is there many of these sold in Ireland to date?
Yeah, it's a growing market in Ireland because first came automatic cleaning with scrapers. Now people are thinking about how they push in their feed. So who pushes in your feed at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning? So it's proven that cows have higher intakes when feed is pushed up more often. So what's very important about feed is that it's available at all times to the cow. So it pushes up feed to the cow all the time, so it's always available to the cows. Cows do less sorting and there's less competition at the feed barrier. So that's the big advantage of feed pushing.
Right. So this machine, can it go from shed to shed? Is there any ways that can be done?
Yeah, indeed, it can go from shed to shed. As you can see, there's a skirt at the bottom that rotates, and that is what pushes in the feed. And that skirt can actually lift now to go from shed to shed. So if it has to pass over a passageway that's slightly mucky, it can lift up over that. It's also got an LED light because we have had instances where it's crossing a yard that it could be hit by a milk truck or somebody, driving a tractor or whatever. So it's got an LED light for high visibility, yeah. So once it leaves the shed, there's a track on the ground and it can follow the track. It's flush with the ground and follow that track to the next shed. Okay.
And is there much programming involved in setting up the machine in a yard for the first time?
No, there's very little. It's more or less plug and play. So you've got a charging station, that's a fixed point, and it will return to the charging station after the end of every route. So once you program the route, it should be good to go. It's a very, very reliable machine.
So, Brian, can you just tell me a little bit of how it works?
So essentially it's 650 kilos of a weight that's run on a motor. So it works on what we call dynamic pushing. So as you can see on top of the Juno, there's a sensor that detects the top of the feed barrier. And we can do any sort of feed barriers. We can do this as a slanted feed barriers, we can do locking barriers, we can do one straight barrier. It doesn't matter the type of barrier. And it's a dynamic push, so it pushes until X amount of force just to keep the meal pushed into the barrier. So it's dynamic pushing, it'll only push as hard as it needs to.
And could this be used across the board, across all livestock sectors, or is it just the dairy side of things that it's been aimed at?
No, all livestock sectors. Every sector benefits with increased intakes. I mean, increased intakes gives you more milk if you're milking, gives you greater live weight gain on the beef sector. So yeah, it can work across the whole lot of livestock. So just to keep fresh available feed to animals.
So the day of fork and grass is gone, so...
Let's hope so.
Fair enough. Thanks very much for having us, Brian. Appreciate it.
No problem.